Hi everyone, hope you are doing well from wherever you're watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Now, 1 year ago, PLO Lumumba was in Uganda, and in his address, there is something PLO Lumumba said, and seemingly that was a prophecy. That prediction is actually happening as we're speaking now. He was very clear that aid will be made on a condition upon accepting homosexuality. That means many countries in Africa, as long as you are in disagreement with what the West is doing, then some of the aid that you have been getting, it is going to be removed. IMF will give money as long as you are in line with what they are supporting. He said that World Bank will only offer their support as long as you are supporting homosexuality. We know what Uganda did, and as we're speaking now, there is emerging news on what the World Bank is telling Uganda. But first of all, listen to Professor PLO Lumumba, then we are going to continue with this discussion.
The book of Leviticus says, "Thou shalt not lie with another man." Now, the mother church, you are saying in England, is saying civil marriages using the same Bible. When the colonialists came, they came and gave us laws. One of them, the offense of sex against the order of nature. Now they are telling us that that has changed. And very soon, in Africa, aid will be made conditional upon accepting homosexuality, if it is not already the case. They'll tell you the IMF and the World Bank is not going to disburse money to Uganda or Tanzania or any other country unless you accept that that be decriminalized. It is happening already. And after that, they'll tell us bestiality is fine. There is no stopping us was a song that I used to listen to. There'll be no stopping us. And that is why we must rediscover mentorship according to the Bible. Because that changes not. You know, on Sunday, I was watching the history of Martin Luther and how he was persecuted by the church when he penned his 95 Theses at the church in Wittenberg.
As we're speaking now, the World Bank has suspended financing to Uganda over anti-homosexuality law. In a statement on Tuesday, it says that Uganda Anti-Homosexuality Act fundamentally contradicts the World Bank's group values. Hey, you know, the Uganda President Museveni, through the National Assembly of Uganda, they passed a bill which criminalized homosexuality. And in fact, before we heard of this bill, there was allegation from Uganda that in case you are fined in such kind of act, then Museveni would ask police officers to arrest you, two of you, on the same act. Then they will lock you in a jail, one room, two individuals, and you will be released on one condition: stay in that room until one of you get pregnant. After that, then you will be released to go home in peace. So this is what has been happening. But because then it was becoming a norm, mambo inafanyika, ukikuja hapa Kenya, uende Uganda, uende Tanzania, inafanyika. So they decided that to protect the community and the society and the values that African people believe in, then they have to put it in law to criminalize such kind of act. So as we're speaking now, it is a crime in Uganda to engage in LGBTQ activities. You either promote it or you are advocating for it, or if you are engaging in these activities, it is a crime. Okay, Kupata, you are promoting this thing, you are teaching, you have those materials, you will be arrested and charged in a law court. Now, the World Bank has been watching, IMF has been watching, and what PLO Lumumba said is finally coming to happen. And imagine when he was saying this, he was in Uganda. He knew what he was saying. So these people want to control everyone, in as much they are offering something to you. And by the way, even World Bank is not giving free money. They are just lending money. So they want you to promote what they believe in without caring what you believe in, what you stand for, your values. These people want to finish Africa. Because if a man is going to marry a man, a woman is marrying a woman, when are we going to reproduce? Inafika mahali kizazi itauawa. We will not have, the population is going to go down. Then from there, tutabaki na watu tu ile kizazi ya the aged, the old, hao ndio watabaki hapo. Then from there, unajua watu walikuwa wanakuja Afrika kuchukua workforce, watu wa kufanya kazi. So what next? What will happen to Africa? We have to multiply. Hiyo ndio mambo yenye Biblia na ukisoma katika Qur'ani takatifu inasema hivyo. So today Uganda is going to be banned. In fact, it has been banned. World Bank want to force Uganda to revert that law so that they will promote, or they will not be against, they will not be anti-lesbianism and gayism and those LGBTQ plus community. So they need them to support, allow them to thrive. And by the way, up to this point, then one question we ask here in Kenya, William Samuel Ruto, a man who presented himself on the electorate as a God-fearing person, what Gashaka told us that for the first time, the Church of Christ has a candidate. If Ruto is really that kind of candidate that he packaged himself as a man from the church, why is he not following the suit on what the Uganda President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni is doing? If really he is a God-fearing person, you cannot allow such things to happen in the society. You can't. He should follow what Museveni did. Ask the parliament to come out with such kind of laws. Otherwise, what we know here in Kenya, Ruto is being controlled by IMF and World Bank. Wakimwambia ongeza ushuru ya aina hii, tax kila kitu, anaongeza. And they don't care about what the taxpayer and the person who elected him in office is saying. He listened more to IMF and World Bank than he listened to Kenyans. I remember at one point Obama was in this country and he asked Uhuru Kenyatta about the issue of LGBTQ+. But Uhuru said that we have too many problems in this country until even we don't have time to think about that one. So you help us to sort out our major problem in Kenya. That one is not one of our major problems. He was right. Because these things now, they are becoming rampant. It is high time for Ruto to borrow a leaf from Museveni and other individuals, if indeed he is that man who is a God-fearing. If you want to protect the society, the community, and our population so that we continue growing. Badala ya kuwa kizazi ya watu wakuja wachukue mali yetu hapa. Let him do what Museveni did. But I know he cannot. Because even it is the same individual who put him in power against the wish and will of people. Hao ndio wamemweka pale. Sasa yeye sasa ni kikaragosi chao. They are puppet. So he cannot talk about these things. If he's serious about this, then let him take a major step like what Uganda did. They bravely faced it and they knew the repercussion. Walikuwa wanajua hii yote inakuja. So that means they were prepared. Siloni mnaenda tu hapa China mchukue ingine, wende Russia chukue ingine, hivyo like that, and na nchi itaendelea. So with all these threats, they are not enough. You can still, labda sasa hii mambo inakuja hapa sasa waanza kuwasumbua, waanza kusema hizi dawa, hata tumesikia hizi dawa za HIV hawatapea watu. So how are you helping humanity? Kama unasema ya kwamba protecting LGBTQ+ community is saving humanity, but then when you withdraw the aid that was helping those people affected by HIV/AIDS, then how are you caring about humanity? You're just another murderer. That's the truth. So this is the game they're having here, but we know the end game, what they're looking for. That is it.